Hi everyone, hope everyone's doing good. It's been a really long time. Let's wait for a few people to join in and then I'm going to start the session. It's a very interesting session today. I had done a session on the same topic yesterday, but there were quite a few disturbances, so I'm repeating it again for all my viewers. So today's topic is about knowing criminology with the help of handwriting, which is knowing that a person is involved in some kind of criminal activity or some kind of dangerous activity, illegal activity with the help of handwritings. So I'm going to discuss few of the examples. There are numerous of them, but whichever you will be able to understand on a proper live session, I will be discussing that. If you will have any doubts, you can definitely leave a message on the live screen. I will try to resolve it or DM it to you later. So let us start. First of all, people who have been following and viewing me do know what graphology is. It's about analyzing a personality of a person with the help of handwriting, signatures or drawings. And there are several uses of graphology. Also, there are limitations. So let us stick to our topic today, criminology with the help of graphology. So the first thing that tells us about through handwriting about crimes are pastocity. Now, what do you mean by pastocity in handwriting? When we write on a piece of paper, a sample of writing, at times on a lot of handwritings we see that there's an extra flow of ink on the paper, or a few places are darkened and the overall picture of the writing does not look appealing to us. So what are those extra darkened portions on the handwriting? So this is what is called pastocity. So if you have pastocity in your handwriting, that means there's something negative going on in your life. It may be intellectually, it may be in your day-to-day life, or depends on what zone do you have it. So always remember not to scribble a lot or darken the script a lot, otherwise it leads to a lot of negativity. You can note it down if you want to. Second would be heavy pressure. Now when we write on a piece of paper, always touch the back of the paper and notice how much is the pressure on the page. If it's heavy pressure and if it's extra heavy pressure, what does that mean? It feels like almost the page is going to tear, or when you feel it's too much of a pressure. What do you mean by that? So people having heavy pressure means they tend to have a lot of irritation, a lot of suffocation inside that they want to just burst it out. They also have a lot of health issues concerning their ulcers and acidity, and they are really impulsive. Like the anger can come out in any way, maybe it may be to closed ones or far off ones. So it's really bad to have a heavy pressure. The third one is a lot of people, while they write, in between they use lot of capital alphabets. So suppose if I'm writing happy living, instead of just H being a capital in the start, I put P also in a capital letter, I put I also in a capital letter. So what happens, these people become very impulsive and angry suddenly. You will not realize why is that person behaving like this. You will not be able to reason it out. So they are really impulsive of a nature. Then you will see a lot of scripts when they write. Now suppose alphabet A, lot of alphabets are filled with ink. So suppose if I'm writing A, the circle of the A's may be filled with ink. If I'm writing a B, or whatever involves a circle, or the loops are filled with ink, basically it's not clear. That means these people have a habit of concealing things, basically conceiving things, that is basically hiding things. So they will not reveal what's going on in their mind, and they will always have a tendency to lie to others. So it's again very dangerous. The next is there's a lot of difference between your signature and your handwriting. So when we take a sample for analysis, we take signature along with the writing and see how the people are, because handwriting is something which you are, what you're inside, and signature is what you are to the outside world. So handwriting, if your signature or your handwriting does not vary at all, they are very very different, that means this person is something else inside and something else outside. So you need to be very careful while dealing with such people, and yeah, they can any day take advantage of you and cause you harm in a lot of ways. Next, last two examples would be suicidal baselines. Now through a lot of samples and scripts, we get to know about if the person has actually committed a suicide or was it something else. Considering Sushant Singh Rajput, his writing was published in the newspaper, and seeing his writing, it did not at all reveal that it was a suicide, because his handwriting was well and good. So usually a suicidal letters, what do they indicate? When they write, the end alphabets, the end words of the sentences, and the alphabets in the end will droop down. So suppose if you're writing, say suppose Y, the Y will go down, bend like that. So yeah, suicidal letters are usually like that, and a lot more aspects which cannot be discussed right now in a detailed way, but yeah, this is the major cause. The last one would be club strokes. So club strokes are usually very very common and seen in a lot of adults specifically. They have a tendency of leaving the pen on the paper. So suppose if you're writing a T and with the bar, they leave the pen on the paper and it looks like a stroke. So you should never do that. That leads to a lot of aggression and health issues inside. So what is all this aggression and suffocation, irritation, anger? All of this that's inside a human being has to come out in some way or the other. It may be harming someone, hitting someone, abusing someone, doing any crime, etc., etc. So all of this comes out in some way or the other for different individuals. So we need to see in our handwritings or others handwritings that they do not have these traits, because over a period of time they tend to increase. I'll give you an example of Adolf Hitler, the dictator. I'll just share the signature. Yeah, so that's his sign. If you see his signature is bending downwards. So this is what I explained about in suicidal thing, but that does not mean everyone having this does commit a suicide. So it depends. Again, he was a dictator. He had a major downfall in his career, and he was a drug addict, definitely. A lot of pastocity. Now this is what I call this pastocity. If you see the second word, there's a lot of darkened place. So there's a lot of negativity in his life over a period of time. So if you see his signature before this and signature this, or I mean signature currently what I'm showing you, his signature used to be straight, but eventually over a period of time it went down. So there is a reason for everything. Second example would be Asharam Bapu. If I just search on Google, I do not see a very legible signature of his currently. I don't know the reason though, but when we had analyzed it, it did tell us about a lot of things that proved that he was involved into a bad deed, and he needs to be, like, it was totally proven. So yeah, these are the things. If there's anything, you can let me know. Thank you for joining in, and stay tuned. I'll be coming up with many interesting topics ahead. Any doubts, please DM me. I'll soon reply back to you. Till then, take care and bye. People who've not heard me, I'm saving this to my profile. You can definitely view it anytime at your comfort and see all the details. Bye and thank you.